Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Welcome to another week. It's week 4. And today we are going to be looking at employee separation. Welcome to the class. Yeah, you can have your seat. So, our learning outcomes today is we want to be looking at, by the end of the session, you want to define employee separation. And number 2, we are going to categorize exiting employees. So I will give you this sticky note. You will write for me what comes to your mind when you hear the term employee separation. Just what comes to your mind when you hear employee separation. Do not discuss with your friend, just andika tu from your previous studies what you've learned or what you've acquired and what does it mean, employee separation. Master, I think we do not discuss it. Just write what you know. This is not a discussion, just write what you know. Are you done?
Yes.
No. That's your definition. Yes. I wanted you to define what is employee separation. Then you can share your answers to get maybe an added term that your neighbor has. Something that you don't have that she has, you can add to see, or you come up with a term that can wholesomely define what is employee separation. You are done, right? So let's hear some answers that you have come up with. What is employee separation? Somebody? Mercy. What have you come together? Umesema nini wewe na Ronald?
You said an employee. When an employee leaves an organization and is on
Leaving an organization
at their own
definition. And then the mass, what have you come up with?
Another one is the act of an employee leaving an organization.
An act of employee leaving the organization. Kenda, did you come up with anything?
Yes.
Yes.
Employee separation, to me, I think it is a process of an employee leaving an organization willingly or unwillingly.
Process of an employee leaving an organization. Willingly or unwillingly. Can you clap for yourselves? So these are all good and right answers. So it is refers to the process of an employee leaving an organization, and this can either happen voluntarily, unwillingly, or involuntarily. So in other terms, it is when you have come to the end of maybe your work there or your stay at the organization, and you are now coming to separate from your employer, and so basically you are leaving the organization either willingly or unwillingly. Is there a question at that point?
Yes.
Yes.
So, employee separation also means that the employee and the employer, that relationship is no longer there.
Yes. Yeah. When you are leaving the organization, it means the relationship that you had with your employer, it is coming to an end. So you are busy unatoka kwa hiyo kazi, and whatever pertains job,
Yeah.
you living there at the workplace. Now let's look at, we are going to categorize exiting employees. And exiting employees is anyone that wants to leave the organization. And we have said you can either leave willingly or unwillingly. In other terms, in HR we say voluntarily or involuntarily. So, I'm going to give you case scenarios. Or rather, let us look at, first let us look at ways that you can leave voluntarily. This is voluntary exit, involuntary exit. Okay? So can you mention some of the ways that you know that you can leave voluntarily? Yes, Akon?
Early retirement.
We have early retirement. And in our constitution, what is the age that you can retire? Which is stated in the constitution? Is it 55 to? 55 to 6. So when you live at maybe when you are maybe 45 years and you want to retire, or maybe sana 50 and you want to retire, that is an early retirement. Another case of voluntary exit. Yes, sir.
So, resignation, maybe.
Resignation, and yes, can you expound on that?
Labda mtu amepata kazi kuna more salary than the one he or she had before. He can maybe decide to quit the job and maybe a paying job.
Yeah, that is basically it. When you are resigning, when you maybe you've got what we call the green ambassadors, you can go ahead and you can resign. Another case of voluntary exit. Nancy?
Kind of question.
Yes.
You said that early retirement begins between the ages of 55 and 60. What of a case where the employees has fallen sick and can no longer continue to work at the age of below 55. What will that be termed as?
When an employee is sick and they can no longer
Work and they are below 55.
So you can decide to leave the organization, but it will not be on basis of early retirement. Yeah, it will not be on basis of early retirement, because when you are saying about early retirement, there are things that come into mind, like things like pension. So we are calculating your pensions and all that thing that pertaining your retirement dues. So when it is basically sickness, you are not, and you want to exit on basis of sickness and not early retirement. Have I answered your question?
Yes.
Yeah. So we are looking at types of voluntary exit. Another type of voluntary exit is what?
We have also job abandonment. I think that will now lie what Mercy is saying.
Job abandonment. So yeah, this is another type of exit where you can leave your job, or yeah, on the basis of maybe you are leaving your job, or in terms of maybe sickness or other personal reasons. So let us look at involuntary exit. Involuntary exit, what are some of ways that employees can leave the organizations involuntarily? Yes?
Termination.
This is job termination. Can you expound on that, Mercy?
Yes. This is where an employee can be stopped from working because of reasons like indiscipline.
Yeah. But because of
Maybe indiscipline.
So job termination, it is where you are leaving the organization on basis that your job imeisha. Imeisha in terms of maybe the contract has come to an end. So that is what we call job termination, or maybe the services that you want, that you are offering, they are no longer needed in the organization. So another involuntary, this pen is not working. Another type of involuntary exit, yes? Layoff.
Maybe an organization is running bankrupt, so it may decide to reduce the number of workers.
Yes, that is self-explanatory. Mercy?
Is determined.
Retirement is here.
Okay, so that one is fun.
Yes. Oh yeah. So just retirement.
When they are 60,
So when you are like 60,
it's a must that you
when I was doing our penny kwenda, you find people that they just want to stick in the organization, even after the age of 60 years. So we are seeing that in the organization.
Yes.
Another case of an involuntary exit is death. So mtu akikufa tunasema tu ametuacha na even if we don't want, that is the case of another thing that we can also discuss here is redundancy. Can we leave it? No. So you can be, when your services are no longer needed, we declare you redundant. So,
Yes.
so I'll give you some case scenarios. So that you can find your match. So you can come in front. utatafuta yule mwenye ako na just take a piece of paper and then when you match, this is what zimeandikwa. So can I guide you? So for example, someone was hired for a 6-month contract. After 6 months, the contract ended and was not renewed. I'm sure there's a definition of what you see here. So what? Hapo iko. Kuna zingine hapa 1 2 hapa kuna retirement. Match 60. Yeah, that one is correct. So I want you to match like that. So you are going to read what you have and what you have matched with.
Yes. John passed away in an accident while still working at the company. I matched with death.
You matched with death, yes.
Okay. I had Lucy and 4 others workers were sent home because the company no longer needed their position. I matched with dismissal.
Okay. Another one?
So Peter is 60 years old. He finishes work this month and starts receiving his pension. So retirement.
Retirement.
Mary wrote a letter to her boss saying she wants to leave the company because she found another job. Resignation.
Resignation.
Agnes stopped coming to work without giving any reason or notice. She never returned. Dismissal. It should be job abandonment.
Job abandonment, right?
Yes.
Someone was hired for 6 months contract. After 6 months, the contract ended and was not renewed. End of contract.
End of contract. Yeah. We can go back to our seat. So we have seen we have addressed some of the separation methods or types of separation. Umekuwa na resignation, job abandonment, umekuwa na death, retirement, redundancy, and end of contract. So I'm glad that you have matched all this. Can you clap for yourselves? So I want to give you an assignment. We have come to the close of our today's lesson. So I want, before we go to the assignment, I want you to list for me 3 things that you have learned today. Have this circle, just write here 3 things you have learned. 2 things that you found interesting. You found interesting.